Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here for a shop update preview. The shop update will be this Friday, June 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. For those of you who might be new to the channel, welcome here. My name's Marina. I am the creator and owner of Pineapple Yarn, which is a hand-dyed yarn company, some homewares, some knitting accessories. But if you love yarn and you love color, you're in the right place. So let's get started with what's going into the shop this month. The first thing I'm really excited about are some mini skein sets. These are specifically dyed for a new pattern that's coming out called Neon Sunshine by Amber O'Brien, and it is such a fun summery pattern. This is going to be a knit along hosted by Amber over on her, I think it's probably on Instagram, Ravelry. If you look for the hashtag Neon Sunshine Shawl, you will find it. But these are the kits that I dyed up to go with this pattern, and I think they're so gorgeous. There's two different sizes for this pattern, which I am in the middle of test knitting right now. I think it's going to be released around June 15th or so, mid-June, but I decided to put the kits in the shop during the update so you can have them in time to start the knit along. But this is for the smaller size of the pattern, which is a square. I will put a picture here, but it's a square. You can fold it diagonally and wrap it around your neck, kind of like bandana style. But that's really cute. So I actually got so excited about dyeing this up that I dyed 9 colors. You actually only need 8. So when I knit mine, I skipped this second color. I did the first color and then went to the third color. So that is these 10-gram micro skeins. And then the larger size of the pattern, this kit was dyed for. So it's almost the same colors, just with a few extra colors in this gradient. I think they're so pretty and summery and very like retro kind of summer feeling. So you don't have to use these for the Neon Sunshine Shawl. You can use them for whatever you want, but I think they're just such a fun gradient of colors, a fun mix of colors. And then also with my test knit, I used the Color Natural, which is an undyed skein of yarn. I have them always in my shop. Those are already in there, and then these will be put into the shop on Friday. The next exciting items that I will be putting in the shop are tonals. So most of them are restocks. Some I will be putting in on my Noe mohair silk base, and they haven't been previously. So my most exciting color that I'm very excited about, because it's one of my favorites, is Nectar Glow. And here it is on a few of the bases that I will be putting in the shop. You can see here, this is Nala sock, which is a plump sock weight. And then this one is Neon Confetti, which is also a sock, but it has these beautiful neps of neon colors. And then I don't think I've stocked it yet on my Noe mohair silk base, which I think this just came out gorgeous. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And I paired this with a few of the colorways that I am going to be putting in the shop, and it is so beautiful. I'm really loving this Nectar Glow color. So Nectar Glow, I dyed it on all of the bases, so they will be in the shop. I did a few more pinks as well. Nectar Glow is kind of a warm pink, orangey pink, but this is definitely a cool pink. This is Princess. This is a staple in my shop. I always have it right over here on the shelf, but I dyed a few extras to go in the shop that I noticed were out of stock. So this is Neon Confetti. This is Nala. I love this, the neps on this color. This color is just deep enough where they really pop. So Princess back in the shop. The next beautiful pink color that I have is Flamingo Blush. I love this color. It is not a neon. It is definitely more of a warm pink, soft pink with a bit of warm, I'm gonna say sandy tones mixed in. So if you're looking for more of like a blush pink, this is definitely it, or a carnation pink, something that's just soft, a really nice soft pink. This is kind of the pink that I feel like my teenage girls love. It's very soft, warm. I also dyed it on the Noe Mohair Silk, so I really love how this turned out. The mohair silk base it can be difficult to dye because you have a strand of silk and you can kind of see it there, but then you have this beautiful halo. It can be tricky to achieve a deeper color, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I really like how it shows up on this because it is so thin and so fluffy. I felt like with this, how I achieved the depth of color here, it will actually show up on whatever yarn you pair it with. So you don't have to pair this with anything, but most commonly you could pair it with an undyed yarn. This is Palm Springs. You could pair it with this and it would actually show up on a lighter base. You could actually even pair it with something darker. That would be really stunning. So anyway, Flamingo Pink, this beautiful blush pink, back in stock. Moving away from the pinks today, let's go with some more tonals. I'll just go down the line here. I'm going to be restocking some lemon, which if you have seen my making podcast, I am knitting a cardigan for my daughter out of this color. So this is just a beautiful bright primary yellow. It is very bright and very bold, but I think in the right project it is stunning. And I had not had it stocked in Nala, maybe. This is the Nala base. I don't know if I've had it stocked on this base before. So this is really beautiful. And then I, of course, love the Noe Mohair Silk. That would just be so fun, almost kind of flashy. I think this would be so pretty in a sweater if you held it double with a different tonal or even a speckled colorway. This would be so pretty. I think it would be really gorgeous. So lemon is back in stock. I'm also going to be putting a few neon jade skeins in there. This is just such a pretty neon mid-tone green. It's so pretty. It's actually right here in case you want to see what it looks like with some other colors, but this is definitely this definitely glows. I love this, and I have a skein saved for myself for a project that I really want to cast on, but I'm going to get to that eventually. So let me show you some neon jade. Well, I'm going to introduce the rest of my tonals and then we'll compare them and see what they look like next to each other. So this is neon jade. I'm also going to have another kind of blue-green colorway that I haven't had in the shop for a while, and that's Clearwater. Clearwater is just as bright and bold as neon jade, but it has more blue tones in it. And I think it is so pretty. So right here I'm holding Lonnie Sock, which is a 75-25 beautiful all-around sock weight yarn. This is Neon Confetti Sock and then Noe Mohair Silk. And if you have any questions about yarn bases, you can leave a comment below. I'd be happy to answer it, or I actually will leave a link below where you can read about my bases. Let me show you this on the Neon Confetti Sock. How beautiful is that? It's so beautiful. And then here it is on the Noe Mohair Silk, and this just glows. I think they are stunning. So here I'm going to put Neon Jade and Clearwater side by side. This is Neon Jade, this is Clearwater. You can tell that the Clearwater, this one here, is definitely more blue than the Neon Jade. But they're both just glowy and so beautiful. So Clearwater, it has been quite a while since I had this in the shop, and I'm happy to bring it back. Two more blues. I am going to be restocking Azure and Seaspray. These are two beautiful blues that I just introduced, I guess, since I reopened the shop. And they're so pretty. Now, I did dye all these tonals because I had expected to have my mug shipment in here in the studio so I could put it in the shop. Unfortunately, my mugs were delayed, so I will be having a separate update when I get those in and I can make sure they're not broken. And once I actually physically have them, I don't want to do a pre-order on them. It makes me a little nervous. Even though they've always been shipped just fine, better safe than sorry. So I will keep you updated on the mugs. I'm also going to have some hand towels, some dish towels to coordinate with those. But anyway, aside from that, these were all dyed. I dyed all these in preparation to have my mugs, so they all coordinate. But it didn't work out that way, and that's fine because now there's lots of fun tonals in the shop. So this is Azure, this is Seaspray. They're both these really pretty light blues. Seaspray definitely leans more toward purple. I think it's stunning. I think they're both very, very beautiful. Let's pair them with the other colors. So this is Clearwater. I don't know. From my point of view here on the camera, maybe you can see the difference between these two. There's definitely a difference in person. This is definitely more green. And then here's Neon Jade. You could do a really beautiful gradient project with these. I think these are really pretty together. The greens into the blues, those are so beautiful. So as far as these two blue colorways, I will have them on Neon Confetti Sock, Lani DK, and Noe Mohair Silk. This is so pretty. I think this is just stunning. And I love this Seaspray on the Noe. So pretty. I will have it on Azure as well, those bases on Azure. So lots of tonals are coming into the shop. While we're on the topic of blues and greens, I want to introduce you to my monthly colorway. This is the last month that I will be doing the colorway in this format. I will be moving my monthly colorways to a one-time purchase or subscription model. It will be a mystery, just like I used to do a few years ago, for those of you who have been with me for a while. So this will be the last month that you will actually be able to see these in stock. I'll talk about that in a minute. But this is June 2025. I've got some really beautiful ocean colors. So just a mix of blues and greens with some really bold blue speckles. I really love how this turned out. I will have it on Lani Sock, Lani DK, Nala Sock, which I think it turned out really pretty. The two-ply construction of the Nala sock really makes speckles pop, and I love that. And then I also have sock sets. So here's the sock set, and I think it turned out so pretty with those beautiful speckles and then a bright green mini to contrast with the colorway. So June 2025, this is the last time it will be in stock. And then next month for July, which they're actually in the shop right now, the Julys are pre-orders, so you can get any base, any quantity that you would like. All right, speaking of sock sets, let's move on to the sock sets that I'll be putting in the shop. The first one is Tropi-call Me, which is just a very fun, speckly, tropical colorway. I will have these available on singles, and I will show you that in a minute. This is Pineapple Flower. I really went back in the archives to find these colorways. This one's more subtle, more toned down. It's very colorful, but it has a lot of like muted tones like grays and browns, and I think it turned out really gorgeous. And I dyed this a long time ago when I got my first pineapple. I had a photo and it matched exactly. So that's pineapple flower. This one's a new one. This is called Neon Nautilus, and someone had asked me to do a kind of a sandy background with lots of different neon speckles. So I did that. I think it turned out awesome. There's just a rainbow of speckles in here. And then I paired it with this really pretty kind of pale orchid-y pink mini, which I just think the whole thing looks so, so pretty together. So this is Neon Nautilus, and it will only be available on sock sets. The next colorway, I'm actually going to restock this because y'all loved it so much, and this is Laser Lemonade, and it's just a crazy color, lots of speckles, very, very bold, and I paired it this time with a little bit different colored mini than I had before. This one is extremely beautiful, rich, and it's almost like a, I don't know, it's almost like a blackish burgundy type color. It is so deep and rich, and I just thought it was such a fun contrasting color with this very light and bright neon main skein. So this is Laser Lemonade. The next sock set I will have is Palm Springs, and so this is another colorway that I have not dyed for a while, and it is so pretty with all of these neon pinks and greens, and then I paired this with a really pretty kind of Kelly green. This is so bright, very bright green. I thought it looked really great with these colors. So this is Palm Springs. And then the last one is Pink Passionflower. I have not dyed this for a long time as well. So much, in fact, that I could not find the original recipe. And I knew generally what I had done. So I got my old picture out. I got the photo from the listing and recreated it. And I think it came out probably better than the original. I actually love this one even better than when I had initially dyed it, which was years ago. It's just a mix of pinks, bright pink, kind of a mauve-y pink, and then some multicolored speckles in there as well. So that is Pink Passionflower. Those are the sock sets that will be going into the shop, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about the colorways. So some of these were on sock sets, but I also have them available on single skeins. So this is Pink Passionflower, just like we talked about, and here I have it on Lani sock and Nala sock. I just want to show you how these speckles pop on this 2-ply base. How beautiful is that? I really, really like how that 2-ply base just, it almost makes the speckles float. You can really see them pop. And I will have this on Lani sock, Nala sock, Lani DK, and because it has been requested, I dyed them all up on mini skeins. So let me reach over here. I've got some mini skeins. It's so exciting. I haven't been dyeing mini skeins just because they're very laborious. And since they've been requested, I thought I would add them. And we'll see if y'all want them. So any of the colorways that I showed, aside from the tonals, any of the speckled colorways I will have on minis. The next colorway is Palm Springs, which I love this colorway. Lots of pink and green speckles against kind of a neutral white background. This one knits up super cool. Just lots and lots of speckles. Again, I will have this on Lani sock, Lani DK, Nala sock, and mini skeins. I will also have Pineapple Flower on the same bases. So beautiful, kind of like gray, sagey, green, peach, kind of a yellowy green, and then some really fun speckles. I really love that colorway. And then Tropi-call Me. This one hasn't been in stock for quite a while. It's very crazy bright, lots of different colored speckles, a lot going on in these skeins. So again, they will be available on Lonnie Sock, Lonnie DK, Nala Sock, and mini skeins. All of the tonals that I have put into the shop also coordinate really well with these. So we kind of went over the blues. Some of these blues would look really great with Clearwater. So this is Tropi-call Me. Clearwater would look gorgeous. It would also coordinate well with Azure. That looks really great. Flamingo Blush, if you want a pink, that works really well. That looks pretty. And I think Nectar Glow would also look so beautiful with Tropi-call Me. I think those are really, really pretty. Pink Passionflower would look really great with Princess. That is definitely its match for sure. And I also like it, you could definitely do Flamingo Blush. I also like it with Bubblegum. So Bubblegum is a light pink. It is similar to Flamingo Blush, but it doesn't have that warm kind of tan undertone. And so it's just very like clear, bright. That looks really great together. If you wanted to do a contrast, I would go with maybe a green. So here is Neon Jade with this. That is so beautiful. Because you have some green speckles in this, like this blue-green here, and then you have some neon green speckles here. You can pair it with a green and it would look so pretty. So that would be pretty. You could also do it with maybe an orangey. Nectar Glow isn't exactly an orange. It's more like maybe a cantaloupe type color. But you could do a bright neon. Like this is Solar Flare. This would be really pretty. Those two look pretty together. Here is Coral Conch. That would look really pretty together. So it's just a really bold, bright colorway that looks good with so many different colors. I mean, the same thing with Palm Springs. You could layer this with so many different colors. You could do green with it. You could do Princess. Kind of the same thing as Pink Passionflower. There's so many different beautiful colors to layer. Even these two together, so pretty. So there's lots to choose from in this month's update, and hopefully we got some tonals restocked for you. We got some colorways reintroduced, restocked. So I want to go over briefly my monthly clubs and let you know what's going on with them. I mentioned a few weeks back that I started opening up my monthly clubs again. So I have 2 monthly clubs right now. The first one is the Mystery Mini Skein Club, which is 3 mini skeins in your base of choice, either a sock weight or DK weight, and it's a mystery. So it's a really fun way to add a pop of color. It's really nice having 3 mini skeins versus more yarn, because if you're doing something like a scrappy project, a scrappy blanket, you're not overwhelmed with a lot of yarn. I know for me, I was in the middle of a scrappy blanket the last time I had my clubs, and doing 3 mini skeins a month was a very doable project. I didn't feel overwhelmed like adding a skein or more. So for 3 mini skeins, that is the size. It's not a full skein of yarn. It's just over half a skein of yarn. The monthly mini club is back. It's available for a one-time purchase or subscription. No obligation, you can cancel anytime. It's just such a fun club. My next club is called my Sun Club, which is my monthly Colorway Club. So just like I have been doing colorways in the shop every month, that's what this club is, except it's a mystery. I do a mood board every month, which kind of shows what the colors I'm inspired by, the mood I'm inspired by, and so as you can see from this month, lots of pinks, warm, fun, kind of tropical, which is, I guess, is what I'm inspired by a lot. But that is going to be this club. So they will not be in the shop update next month. This is the club. If you want these monthly colorways, that is where those skeins will be. Both of those clubs ship out by the 12th of the month. So both of these clubs are for July, a pre-order. They're open in June. They close on the 1st of that next month. So they will close on the 1st of July, and then they will be shipped by the 12th of July. I have all the details on my site. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or email me, however you would like. I'm happy to answer any questions. I still have a few of my advents left. So this year's theme is Turtle Tide. I'm so excited. I've dyed most of the mini skeins already, which is just great. I've had so much fun dyeing them and coming up with the theme. So if you are interested, I do have a few left in the shop. I will not be restocking them this year because I don't want to be overwhelmed or have too much work. So if you do want them, please just consider getting one now. So I always feel really bad when I don't have enough for people come September, October. So I know it is like so far away from when they'll be shipped, which is, I think I shipped them the end of October, 1st of November. It is a long ways away, but they're very labor intensive. And I just want to make sure if you want one, you can get one. That is it for me this month. Again, my shop update will be this Friday, June 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. I will keep you updated about the mugs when they get here and when they'll be going up for sale. So I ordered a lot of mugs this time, so hopefully everyone who wants one will be able to get one. I'm also in the process of weaving some dish towels to coordinate with them. So those will go into the shop at the same time. I'll keep you updated, and I'm also filming it, so that will be a really fun video. But that is it for me this week. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked this podcast, this episode, shop update preview, I'd love if you'd give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time with more crafting. Until then, I hope you're loving all of your crafting, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.